No, I should put this or share, screen share.
ठीक है भाई, जज़ाकल्लाह।
हो गया Good morning. So in economics today, we are going to discuss very important questions which are required for your getting good marks in your first year. So here, chapter wise, we are going to discuss what are the SAQs, what are the LAQs and all. So today we are going to start with our first chapter. So in first chapter, we have Introduction to Economics. In first chapter, we have Introduction to Economics. In this, we are going to have 5 marks weightage questions, 2 questions you'll be getting, as well as we are going to have the BSAQs from this chapter. So first, I'm going to discuss with the concepts. From that concepts only, you can get the BSAQs here. So first, let us discuss the various concepts. Let us discuss the various concepts of economics over here. So the first concept we are going to discuss here is goods. Generally, when we say goods, what are goods? Goods are the things which will satisfy human wants. So in economics, we are going to study about how human wants are satisfied with limited resources. So first we are going to discuss what are goods. Goods means what? They are the things which satisfy human wants. Which satisfy. Okay. Which are satisfying human wants. So the goods are the things which are satisfying human wants. So what we are going to do over here, we are going to discuss what are the different types of goods we are having. So the goods are divided into free goods and economic goods. So here, goods are divided into free goods and economic goods. So first, let us discuss what are these free goods. So what are the free goods? Free goods are what? Which are given by nature. So free goods are the goods which are given by the nature, where there is no cost of production, where there is no cost of production. Also, the demand and supply will be more. Here we can say supply is abundant. Supply is abundant. So any example for free goods we can take here, like for 2 marks, you will get this question, free goods. Free goods are given by the nature. It is a gift of God, and there is no cost of production to produce that free goods, and supply is abundant. Abundant means we can say supply is unlimited. For free goods, supply will be unlimited. So we can say that example, air, water, sunlight, these all comes under the category of free goods. So these way we have the free goods section. Now coming to these economic goods. Economic goods are what? They are man-made goods. Economic goods are man-made goods. Man-made goods means what? When free goods are not satisfying human wants, we use free goods and make the goods which will satisfy our wants. So that's what we call it as man-made goods. Like we can say this pen, right? Then we are having cars, books. So all these comes under our economic goods. So when we are differentiating between free goods and economic goods, here we say it is given by nature. Our economic goods are man-made goods. And there is no cost of production for free goods. Here there will be cost of production for economic goods. For economic goods, cost of production will be there. That is the reason price is paid for the economic goods. Means we pay some price and we take the goods. Price is paid for the goods, and here we can say supply is always less than demand. Here we can say that for economic goods, supply is always less than the demand. That is the reason price exists for the products. So we can say economic goods are man-made goods. They have cost of production. Price is there for the product. Supply is less than demand. And the value is included in national income. These economic goods values are included in national income. So this is about our free goods and economic goods. Just see, free goods you may get in your exam for 2 marks here, right? Only free goods you may get it for 2 marks. For 2 marks, anytime you have to write the 3 meaningful points. That is, Given by nature, no cost of production, supply is more than the demand. Example you can give. It completes your 2 marks answer. For economic goods, we have man-made goods. They have cost of production. Price will be paid for economic goods. Supply is less than the demand. And the value of economic goods are included in the national income. So, now this completes your 1-2 marks question. Economic goods completes your 1-2 marks question. Or else, they may give the question as difference between free goods and economic goods, which will be your 5 marks weightage question. So, this is how you have to write the difference between free goods and economic goods. And in this, you remember, examples are very, very important over here. You can give your examples here. So, this completes the concept of free goods and economic goods. Now, let us move to the other concept here. Second concept, now in goods, when we discussed with these economic goods are further classified into capital goods. They are classified into capital goods, consumer goods, and intermediary goods. So, these economic goods are further classified into capital goods, consumer goods, and intermediary goods. So, first let us see what are capital goods. As the name itself says, capital means for production, investment purpose, we use these goods. So, these capital goods are also called as producer goods. These capital goods are also called as producer goods. Remember, these are the important questions for 2 marks. In first chapter, repeatedly they are asking these questions relating to the goods. Okay, so if you understand what are those goods, you can write it easily. So capital goods are also called as producer goods. Producer goods are what? Which are used in production of other goods. So capital goods are what? They are used in production of other goods. For example, we can take example like machinery, raw material. So these all comes under our producer goods. So here what we can say, these capital goods are also, like we can write, now if it is coming for 2 marks, you have to write 3 points over here. First, you will write which are used in the production of other goods and they do not satisfy human wants directly. They do not satisfy human wants directly. So these way you can write the 3 points about your producer goods, and they are also divided into single-use capital goods, and durable use capital goods. They are again divided into single-use capital goods and durable use capital goods. Single use means what? Like raw material. Raw material we are using only for one time. Once we use, it is over. We cannot use them again. Durable use means like we can use them again and again. For example, we are having machinery, technology, we can use it every day, we can use them, right? So such like that, we have single use and durable use. So this completes your 2 marks answer over here. That is about capital goods, right? Then next we have consumer goods. Second, I'll just write this one. So next one we have consumer goods. What are consumer goods? As the name itself says, consumer goods are the goods which are used for final consumption. So consumer goods are the goods which are used for final consumption. Final consumption means when we want to satisfy as a human being, we want to satisfy our wants. So we will use certain goods which will satisfy our wants. Those goods are called as consumer goods. So which are used for final consumption. And here one more point about consumer goods is that it will satisfy human wants directly. It will satisfy human wants directly, right? So you can, and you can give us an example over here, like we can say books, mobile phones, right? Or pens, anything. You can give as an example which we use in our daily life. So here we can say consumer goods are the goods which are used for final consumption. So they will satisfy human wants directly, and you have to write down the examples for this. So this completes your 2 marks, and these consumer goods are divided again into perishable goods and durable goods. Perishable and durable. Like 3 points for 2 marks, that is enough. So we are writing consumer goods which are used for final consumption. They satisfy human wants directly. They are examples we can give as books or mobile phone, pen, etc. And they are again divided into perishable and durable goods. So this way we have here consumer goods and capital goods. Now you got the difference between capital goods and consumer goods here. So 3 points for 2 marks, very, very important points. Now finally we have one more type of good. They are intermediary goods. What are intermediary goods? Intermediary goods are also called as semi-finished goods. Semi-finished goods means which are semi-finished goods which are still in the process of production. Which are still in process of production. This is called as intermediary or semi-finished goods. Means these are finished goods to the producer, but they are not finished to the consumers, still in the process of production. For example, we can take example as bricks, cement, because they are finished products for producer, means they will be produced in the industry. They are finished product for producer, but when we take it, it will not be useful to us. We cannot use them directly. What we have to do? We have to construct a building. In that, we use this bricks and cement. So these goods are called as intermediary goods. So these way, our economic goods are classified into capital goods, consumer goods, and intermediary goods. So this is one point you have to remember. First, we have discussed free goods and economic goods. It may come for 5 marks or for 2 marks also. They may give what is free good and what is economic good. And now when we have discussed capital goods, consumer goods, and intermediary goods. Any one of them may get for 2 marks. Simple. You remember the example, you can write about that point. Very easy one to remember. Now, coming to the next concept in economics we are going to study. First concept we have discussed about goods. Next concept we are going to discuss is utility. Generally, what is utility here? Utility, generally we say usefulness. Usefulness means like whether it is used by us or not. But in economic terms, we don't say usefulness as utility. In economics, we say that when the good has the power to satisfy, when the good is having the power to satisfy human wants, when the goods have the power to satisfy human wants, then we say that that good is having utility. So you see, in economics, utility is not equal to usefulness. In general terms, we say it is usefulness. But in economic terms, we say it is not equal to usefulness. But if the commodity has the power to satisfy our want, then we call it as a utility. Simple concept. Utility we have goods which has the power to satisfy human wants. Those goods will have the utility, right? So this utility, or we can say, or another word also, another sentence also you can write. For 2 marks, you will get this one, right? Want satisfying power of a commodity. Want satisfying power of a commodity is called as utility. Means if a product is satisfying your want, then we say the product is having utility. Now, for example, you see, when you're writing in your books, you will have a blue pen with you. Blue pen is useful for you? Yes. So you have utility with that pen. If the same pen is given to the teacher to write on the blackboard, it doesn't have any usefulness over there. Means it is not satisfying the teacher want here. So that is not having utility to the teacher. So this way, we can say want satisfying power of a commodity, right? Now, in this, again, 5 marks question, we have types of utility. Types of utility we have. These types of utility is nothing but we are having first one, form utility. What is form utility? When the product changes its shape, size, then we have the utility from that commodity. For example, we have wood. Wood, when it is like a wooden block, we don't have any usefulness from that. But when the same wood is converted into a chair or a bench, then we have utility from that. Simple concept. When the product is changing its shape or size, then it will have utility. Then it will possess utility. So this way we have, for example, like we have taken the example of wood, right? Wood is changed into chair or a bench, we have utility. Second type of utility we have. Second type of utility is what? Time utility. So what is time utility? As the time changes in the sense, for example, if we are having the like summer season or something like that. In summer season, raincoats is of no use, right? As the season changes, as the time changes, it will get its utility. Raincoats will get utility only in the rainy season. So that is what we call as time utility. As the time changes, goods will have utility. As the time changes, goods will have utility, right? Like goods we use in summer season is not having utility to be used in the winter season or rainy season. Next one we have place utility. Place utility is what? When the good is moving from one place to another place, then it will have utility. One place to another place means what? From production place to consumption place. Goods moving from production place to consumption place. Consumption place means market. When the good is with the producer, it will not have any utility because you cannot use it. Now, These pens are manufactured. These pens are manufactured by one producer. It doesn't have utility. When it coming to the market, when we buy them, when we use them, then it will have utility. So it is changing the place from production place to the consumption place. That is place utility. Okay. Then next we are having service utility. Service utility is what here? Services of human beings, such as doctors, teachers, lawyers. When they give their services, it will help you. It will have some utilization by you, right? Whatever the service utility is there for you, it may not have the same utility to others, right? So that is how we have service utility. Means services of human beings also gives the utility. So this utility or usefulness, it is completely a subjective concept, right? Subjective concept, and it differs from person to person. It is not same to everyone. What product is having utility to you, it may not have the utility to other person. So that is how we have the utility. So this question is for 5 marks, very important one. So you have to write down the introduction, that is what is utility. Goods has the power to satisfy human wants, or we can say want satisfying power of a commodity. And it is a subjective concept. 2 points you write down for introduction. Then what are the types of utility? Types of utility, first we are having form utility. When a product is changing its form, that means its size or shape, it will have utility. Example, you can write example also, wood. Wood, when it is in the form of wood, it doesn't have any utility. But when it is converted into chair or a table, it will have utility, right? Next one, we have time utility. Time means what? As the time changes, like climatic conditions or morning, what we want, we may not require that in the afternoon. So like that, as the time changes, our utility also changes. Such type of utility is called as time utility. Next, we have place utility. Place utility, when the goods move from production point to the consumption point. Means, for example, we have vegetables. Vegetables, when they are with farmers, it is not satisfying your want. But vegetables, when they are available in the market, you can buy them and satisfy your want. So such utility is called as place utility. Next, we have service utility, like services of human beings, right? Like doctors, teachers and all. They, by giving their services, you will have, your want will be satisfied. So this is the concept of utility. Just see here, what are the concepts we have discussed? First, you remember, this is for 5 marks question. Most of the time they are repeating, and very easy answer to remember here, right? Utility and simple concept of utility. Then next we are having goods. So in these goods, you can see when we discussed the goods, free goods means all these are for 2 marks weightage, and completely difference between free good and economic good, you may get it for 5 marks. Like you remember from first chapter, compulsory 2 SAQs, that is 2 5 marks questions will be there and 2 VSAQs will be there, right? So these are the VSAQs. Now in the second screen, you can see the different types of goods. These all are for 2 marks weightage. For 2 marks, just write down 2-3 points. That is more than enough. You can get full marks for that, right? Capital goods, consumer goods, and intermediary goods. So this is how we have the concept of goods and utility. It is important question for 5 marks over here, right? So for 5 marks, we have to write introduction as well as the 4 types of utility. In this, you give the example also. So make it to a 1-page answer. These all should come in 1 page. You can score full marks for this. So this is a simple answer over here. Now, Coming to the next concept, next small important concept we have in economics, that is wealth. Generally, wealth means what? Wealth means what here? Here we can say in economic terms, wealth means stock of assets held by an individual, or an institution. Held by an individual or an institution. Stock of assets. Assets means what? We may have building, we may have money, we may have gold. When we have the stock of all these things, then we call it as a wealth. Like we can say that so and so person is a wealthy person. Means not only money, they may have shares, right? So example, you can say gold or money. If they have all the stock together, right? Then buildings they are having, and also they may have shares in the companies. So this concept is called as wealth, right? This wealth concept is different from wealth definition. Remember that one. Wealth definition is different concept. Wealth concept means it is stock of assets held by an individual, and wealth can be transferable. Wealth can be transferable. Wealth can be transferable. Wealth is having scarcity. Wealth is having utility, right? So these are the features of wealth. Wealth can be transferred easily from one person to another person, like from forefathers to the next generation we can transfer them. Wealth is scarce in nature. No one is having excess wealth with them, as well as wealth is also having the utility, usefulness to the consumers. So these are the features of wealth. So this is again another 2 marks question. Clear? So today totally we have discussed how many? Here 1, 2, free goods, economic goods, then capital goods, consumer goods, intermediary goods, and wealth. These all comes under 2 marks, right? Next we have 5 marks question. 5 marks question, that is difference between free goods and economic goods and utility. So this is the 5 marks question. So these are the important questions from first chapter. We have 4 questions like microeconomics, macroeconomics, characteristics of human wants and all. We will discuss that in the next, right? So just follow whatever the questions we are giving. If you are thorough in these questions, easily you can score your marks, right? So okay, thank you.
Please come. No clip. రికార్డ్ చేస్తురా అది కూడా రికార్డ్ చేస్తురా ఏ వద్దు అమ్మా పెన్ తో లాగోరా मतलब when I'm writing it's not coming immediately. अच्छा So everything is set up. Start. Start karna. Good morning, everyone. Myself is Sunita. I am from Charminar branch. So I'll be taking remedial classes for you. Okay. So this is for your advanced supplementary. So we'll be going in a very simple way so that you can score good marks in your supplementary exam and you will clear your exams. Okay. So one and all, welcome once again to our chemistry classes. Now, so as we know, the weightage carrying section in our IPE exam is LAQs. Okay, students, LAQs. So we know that we'll be having 3 LAQs, right? So first LAQ will be from atomic structure. First LAQ will be from atomic structure. Now, in atomic structure, how many questions are there? In atomic structure, 2 questions are there. So one is Bohr's model. Okay, Bohr's model, and other one is quantum numbers. First one is Bohr's model, other one is quantum numbers. So out of these 2, you can get any one question. Randomly, they will pick the question. So here in the March paper, they have given this Bohr's theory. So chances of getting quantum numbers this time is more. But don't neglect Bohr's theory. This also equally you have to give the importance and you have to prepare both Bohr's model as well as quantum numbers. Then, so the next question is from periodic classification. Periodic classification. This is the second chapter, periodic classification. In this, we have 3 questions. One is classification of elements. Classification of elements are into SPDF blocks. Second one is ionization enthalpy. Ionization enthalpy and factors. Then the third one is periodic properties. Periodic properties. So in the March paper, they have given ionization enthalpy. Okay. So here chances of getting this first one and third one are more. Now, coming to periodic properties. So this you may get for 4 marks or you may get for 8 marks. So 4 marks means they will give only 2 properties, right? And 8 marks means they will give 4 properties. So each property carries how many marks? 2 marks. Here 2 properties, each property is 2 marks. So 4 marks total. Here 4 properties means 8 marks. Now, third LAQ, you may get from this chemical bonding, or you may get from organic chemistry. Organic chemistry. Right? Now, so in chemical bonding, what question you will get? Hybridization. Only one question is there from chemical bonding, hybridization. This is the LAQ. I'm saying about LAQ. Only one LAQ is there, hybridization. But coming to organic chemistry, so you have preparation of ethylene is there, preparation of acetylene, and preparation of benzene. Okay, so 3 preparations with chemical properties are there. So here, so instead of choosing here, if you go for this, it will be better. And moreover, you will get 3 LAQs. So one is from first chapter, that is from Bohr's theory or quantum numbers. So one you are going to attempt here, and second is from periodic classification from this. Okay, so this is your choice. If you want to read or not, it is up to you. So easy method is to go with these 2 chapter questions. Now, one more thing. So if you are getting third question from chemical bonding, so you don't get LAQ from organic chemistry. Now, if this hybridization is not given in the LAQ, so that will be benefit for you, because 2 SAQs you will get from this chapter in bit B, in section 2. So if you are not getting this in the as a third question, so it will be benefit for you. You'll be getting 2 SAQs in the SAQ section. Means here you'll be getting 2 plus 2 means 4. How many marks? So 2 SAQs means 4 plus 4, 4 plus 4, 8 marks. Here you will be getting. Here 8 plus 8. 8 plus 8, 16 marks here. So 16 plus 8, 24 marks will be getting here only. So you pray not to get this hybridization in the SAQ. Means if it is not getting in the LAQ, definitely you are going to get in the SAQ. Okay. So that is the benefit here. So now we are going to discuss about the atomic structure. Now, so the first and foremost important question from atomic structure. As I said you, two questions are there. One is the Bohr's model, other is the quantum numbers. So one is the Bohr's model. Bohr's model plus hydrogen spectrum, formation of spectral lines in hydrogen atom, hydrogen spectrum. So each bit is for 4 marks, students. Okay. So this is for 4 marks and this is for 4 marks. So don't think that you are writing only Bohr structure and you are going to get the 8 marks. It's not like that. The marks will be divided according to the board of intermediate. They will divide the marks. Okay. So this is for 4 marks and this is for 4 marks. Here you have to write 4 postulates. Here you have to write 4 postulates. Then only you will get the 4 marks. दो लिख के नहीं समझ लेना कि हम लोग मैं पूरा लिख दिया मेरे को आ जाता वैसा नहीं. So marks will be given. So if you are writing the 4 postulates, then only you will get the 4 marks. Please be clear. Now coming to hydrogen spectrum. So under hydrogen spectrum, first you have to write about the introduction. मतलब आपको हाइड्रोजन स्पेक्ट्रम कैसा फॉर्म होता उसका इंट्रोडक्शन लिखना है. The next you have to write the formation of spectral lines, description of the spectral lines or formation or description. Okay, so for this you'll be getting, this is for 1 mark and this is for 2 marks. Please check कर लो students. आप जितना लिखोगे उतने ही marks आते. Under description में आप 1 पेज लिखे लेकिन you will be getting only 1 mark. Don't think that I have written 1 page and I'll be getting full marks. Not like that. This introduction matlab, introduction is given only 1 mark. आप 3 पेज का लिखो, 4 पेज का लिखो, you'll be getting only 1 mark. Then formation of spectral lines, you can describe each spectral line or you can write that in the form of table also. I will show you that. Then third one is the diagram. Third one is the diagram. Okay. So diagram is for 1 mark. So total कितने marks हुए students? 4 marks. अगर आप A pattern में लिखोगे, then only you will get the full marks. Okay. The next. So coming to Bohr's model. So what is Bohr's model? Right. So first we'll take the one atom. Suppose assume that this is the nucleus. Okay. Now here, according to Bohr's model, the electron revolves around the nucleus. The electron revolves around the nucleus in certain fixed paths. It will rotate only in the fixed paths. Okay, जहाँ बोले वहाँ revolve नहीं करता. Only in the fixed paths. The electron will be revolving around the nucleus. In the fixed path, the electron is revolving around the nucleus. Now, the electron will have fixed energy and these orbits will also have fixed energy. So there is no change, means each orbit has got its fixed energy. So because of that, these orbits are called as stationary states. These circular paths are called as orbits. The circular paths in which the electron is revolving. We should not say rotating. Rotating word यूज नहीं करना स्टूडेंट्स. रोटेटिंग मतलब सिर्फ ऐसा घूमना है, लेकिन रिवॉल्विंग का मतलब क्या है? फॉर एग्जांपल अज्यूम दिस पेन एज द इलेक्ट्रॉन, सो इट इज रोटेटिंग अराउंड इटसेल्फ एंड आल्सो इट इज रोटेटिंग अराउंड द न्यूक्लियस. अपने तरफ भी घूम रहा और न्यूक्लियस के तरफ भी घूम रहा है. सो दैट इज व्हाट इज द वर्ड यू हैव टू यूज? रिवॉल्विंग, नॉट रोटेटिंग. यू शुड यूज द वर्ड एज रिवॉल्विंग. So the electron revolves around the nucleus in circular fixed paths. Okay, the next. जब तक कोई इलेक्ट्रॉन एक पर्टिकुलर ऑर्बिट में रिवॉल्व करता है, जब तक कोई इलेक्ट्रॉन एक पर्टिकुलर ऑर्बिट में रिवॉल्व करता है, तब तक उसका एनर्जी में कुछ भी चेंज नहीं आता. There is no change in the energy of the electron as long as the electron revolves
ahora kapan ada?
Sorry for disturbance. Okay. Chai question thesis. So we should use the word as revolving. So why? Because the electron, not only it is rotating around nucleus, but it is also rotating around itself also. So the electron is revolving, right? The next comes to the energy of the electron. जब तक कोई इलेक्ट्रॉन एक पर्टिकुलर ऑर्बिट में रिवॉल्व करता है, उसके एनर्जी में कुछ भी डिफरेंस नहीं होता. As long as electron revolves in a particular orbit, there is no change in the energy of the electron. Now, when the energy of the electron changes, suppose एक electron, assume that it is in the first orbit. Assume that one electron is in the first orbit. So क्या करता? So when you supply energy, so it will absorb that energy. So what happens with that? The energy of the electron increases. So when the energy of the electron increases, the electron will try to go to any higher state. It will go to any higher state. Now, so electron in higher state is unstable because its energy is ज़्यादा रहती. Okay, so electron का energy higher state में ज़्यादा रहता, तो उसके वजह से electron जो है unstable हो जाता. So now it will try to get stability by losing this extra energy in the form of radiations. So extra energy lose करके it will try to come to its original position either in the single step or in the several step. एक step में या एक से ज़्यादा steps में अपने stability gain करने की कोशिश करता. Now, so the energy of the electron delta E is equals to E2 minus E1. Energy in the higher state minus energy in the lower state. So this E2 minus E1, it is equals to H nu. So therefore, nu is equals to this E2 minus E1, you can write it as delta E also, is it not, students? By H. So this is called as Bohr's frequency rule. This is called as Bohr's frequency rule. Important. Okay. The next postulate is what? About the angular momentum. Angular momentum. So what is the angular momentum? So we know that electron is revolving in the orbits with some particular speed, velocity it is having mass. So therefore it is called as angular momentum, which is equals to mvr is equals to nh by 2 pi, where n is the integer. Where n is the integer. Okay. Now, so the angular momentum of the electron is quantized. Angular momentum of electron is quantized. What does it mean? For example, electron is in the first orbit. Here n is nothing but orbit number. N is what? Orbit number. If electron is in the first orbit, n1 is equals to 1. So what is the angular momentum? mvr is equals to, in place of n, put 1 h by 2 pi. So this will be h by 2 pi. Suppose if the electron is in the second orbit, excuse me, MVR is equals to 2 into h by 2 pi. So 2 gets cancelled, h by 2 pi, right? So here, for each particular orbit, you are having particular angular momentum. So that is the reason the angular momentum is quantized. So this is also important point. First point, electron revolves around the nucleus in circular paths called orbits. The energy of the orbits is constant and therefore they are called as stationary states. Then there is a change in energy of the electron. So delta E is equals to E2 minus E1. So the energy of the electron changes when the electron goes from lower orbit to higher orbit. Okay. So in the higher orbit, the electron is very unstable. So it will try to come back to its original position. So by giving out that excess energy. The next about the angular momentum. So MVR is equals to NH by 2 pi. Okay, students. So this is about the Bohr's theory. So total how many points you have to write? First about the electron revolving. Electron, uske baad energy of the orbit. So what happens when you move away from the nucleus? For example, these are the orbits. So when you move away from the nucleus, so energy of orbit क्या होता? Increase होता. As you go away from the nucleus, the energy of the orbit increases. And third point, you have to write about the delta E. Energy difference, delta E is equals to E2 minus E1. Then fourth point, you have to write about the angular momentum. Okay, so this is about the Bohr's theory. Okay. The next is the hydrogen spectrum. Hydrogen spectrum. Now, what is hydrogen spectrum? How you will get the hydrogen spectrum? Suppose you are taken the hydrogen gas. Okay, hydrogen gas में क्या रहता है? You will get hydrogen molecules, right? You will have hydrogen molecules. इसको आप energy supply करें, you are supplied energy. तो क्या होता? These hydrogen molecules they break into hydrogen atoms. Now, the electron in hydrogen atom, you know that electronic configuration is 1s1. So the electron is in the first orbit. Since you are supplying the energy, what happens? The energy of the electron increases. The energy of electron increases. So when energy increases, the electron tries to go to higher state. क्योंकि energy ज़्यादा हो गया, अभी ये छोटा orbit में नहीं रह सकता, so it is going to higher state. So as I told you here, the electron is very unstable. In the higher state, the electron is unstable. It will try to get the stability by losing that excess energy in the form of radiations. And it will try to come to back to original state, either in the single step or in the several steps. Okay. So that in that way, so 4 different spectral lines are formed. 4 different spectral lines are formed. So what are they? First one is the Lyman series. Lyman series. Then second one is Balmer series. Balmer series. Third one is Pascan series. Fourth one, Bracket series. And fifth one is Fund series. For writing these names, you will get 1 mark, students. Okay, just mentioning the series, you will get 1 mark. So 1 mark you will get for introduction. Introduction के लिए 1 mark है. Introduction plus a series mention करने के लिए 1 mark है. Then explaining each series, you will get 1 mark. How you are going to explain the, for example, spectral line, then ground state, then excited state, region. कौन से region में आप एक spectral lines को देख सकते हो, right? So total how many spectral lines we are having? 5 spectral lines. First is the Lyman series. Now, here in Lyman series, the electron comes to first orbit. लेकिन उन्होंने कहाँ से आ रहा है? it can come from the second orbit, third orbit, fourth, fifth, and so on. Where you come across this you see in the UV region, ultraviolet region, you can see this spectral lines. Then second one is Balmer series. So here the electron is coming to second orbit. So from where the electron is coming, it can come from second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, etc. So where you come across this? In the visible region. And the third one is the Paskensis. So electron is coming to third orbit from 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. This you'll come across in near IR region. IR matlab infrared. Then fourth one is bracket series. It is coming to fourth orbit from 5, 6, 7, and so on. So this you can come across in IR region. And the last one is Fund series. So here electron is coming to fifth orbit. It may come from 6, 7, 8, and so on. So it is coming from for IR. So for writing this, you will get 4 marks. आप इन लोगों को एक एक करके describe भी कर सकते हो, या you can write in this form also. So I suggest you to write in this way because you will be saving your time. Okay, so you'll get equal marks whether you write in this tabular form or you describe each one. So you'll get the same marks. That is, sorry, this is not 4 marks. So this is 2 marks. Introduction plus mentioning the spectral lines, 1 mark. This writing this table, you'll get 2 marks. Please copy down that. लाइनमैन बार्मर मैट्रिक्स ब्रैकेट फंड तो लाइनमैन में क्या है इलेक्ट्रॉन हो गए उनसे और से आगे चल रहा है फर्स्ट ऑर्डर से आगे चल कौन से आगे से आ रहा है तो यहां पे कौन सा रीजन में आप देख सकते हो यूवी रीजन यूवी का मतलब क्या है अल्ट्रा वायलेट now Balmer series, the electron comes to second orbit from third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Okay, so here variation comes in the resolution. The third one is the Pascal series. The electron stops at third orbit. It is coming from 4 by 6. See, from third position पर orbit से आ रहा है. मतलब next orbit क्या है 4. तो यहाँ पे 2 orbit next orbit आपको याद रखना है कि यहाँ पे 1 लिख के यहाँ पे 1 लिख सकते 1 पे आके रुक रहा है इलेक्ट्रॉन तो कहाँ से आ रहा है इट मे कम फ्रॉम सेकंड थर्ड फोर्थ फिफ्थ एग्जाम सी दिस नंबर के बाद का नंबर आपको n2 में रहना है अगर n1 में 1 है n2 में 2 से शुरू होना अगर n1 में 3 है n2 में 4 से शुरू होना लाइक दिस क्या रिमेंबर ओके कॉपी ऑफ दिस क्लास diagram right many students will be useful in drawing the diagram of spectrum see you will write the common students Why it is wrong? So what does this gap indicate? This gap indicates energy. This indicates energy. So in the atom is formed energy of N1. Energy of N1. N1 is greater than energy of N2. Big gap ज़्यादा रहता. So you should not draw the symbol once. ऐसा line draw नहीं करना है. Okay. तो कैसा draw करना है? For orbits. Again orbits. Okay. Third. And so on. Look at the diagram. You can see the much gap between the first and second. So there is much gap with the one. Equals to 1, equals to 2, equals to 3. Maybe you can write more number of scale से अच्छा प्रॉब्लम पोटेंशियल minus हमको क्या पड़े इलेक्ट्रॉन इज कमिंग टू फर्स्ट पार्ट कहां से आ रहा है इसमें कम फ्रॉम right so it may come from different color line so so electron can come from second orbit, can come from the third orbit, can come from the fourth, fifth. Okay, look at the real one. Here, we can put the arrow from and what they will do, they don't put arrow. Simply they just draw the line. Means the electron does not stop at the क्या होता है उसके बाद क्या है न्यूक्लियस है तो means the electron is falling in the nucleus. Does it happen? No. The electron stops at first one. So this is called for Lyman series. Lyman series. यहाँ पे N1 की वैल्यू क्या है? N1 equals to 1. N1 is equals to 1. So what is N2? N2 is equals to 2 gamma 3 gamma 4 and so on. Where you are finding this? You will different in the experiments. Okay. Electron here, electron is coming from higher state to lower state. So this we can also write, if you are writing in the form of description, you can write de-excitation. De-excitation मतलब electron जो है अपने energy use करके lower orbit में आ रहा है. So that is what I the word or you can use the word as backwarding of electron backwarding or the electron comes from any higher to first orbit. So this is called as Lyman series. And what is the N1 value for here? N1 is equal to 1, whereas N2 is equal to what is N2? N2 is equal to 2 gamma 3 gamma 4. Okay. Second question line क्या है? Gamma only define gamma is the de-excitation of electron. The value of electron or electron jump from any higher state to from any higher state to which orbit? To the second orbit. The reactant is electron from any higher state to second orbit. It is called as Palmer theory. Now, what is N1 here? N1 is 2. N1 मतलब इलेक्ट्रॉन कौन से ऑर्बिट पे आके रुक रहा है? So electron is coming at second orbit. Then N2 मतलब इलेक्ट्रॉन कौन से higher orbit से आ रहा है? So this is gamma 4, gamma 5 and so on. Now, in what region we can see this? We can see this in the visible region. Okay, so this is about the power theory. Next क्या है? Pattern theory. What is pattern theory? The reactant is an electron from any higher orbit. Reactant is an electron from any higher orbit to third orbit. So this is called as pattern theory. So N1 क्या है यहाँ पे? N1 equals to कहाँ पे आके रुक रहा है? थर्ड ऑर्बिट पे आके रुक रहा है। जो देखो इलेक्ट्रॉन इज कमिंग एट थर्ड ऑर्बिट, कहाँ से आ रहा है इलेक्ट्रॉन? इलेक्ट्रॉन फ्रॉम वेयर इट इज कमिंग? सो इट मे कम फ्रॉम फोर्थ के बाद का ऑर्बिट इतना है। नाउ where you can see this in near IR. You can see this formation of spectral lines in near R. Okay. The next. So next is the bracket series from any higher to fourth orbit. So this is called as bracket series. Okay. तो यहाँ पे इनकम कहाँ है? कौन क्या कर रहा है? फोर्थ ऑर्बिट पे कहाँ से आ रहा है? तो इसमें करना ये ऑर्बिट की स्टूडेंट. So 5, 6, 7 and 1. Where you can see this spectral line in higher region. Spectral line from any higher to fifth orbit. This is 5. 3.10 contact and 0.3. Here energy like electron उससे आगे क्या करना है? fifth orbit का electron. कितना नीचे? So it is stopping at fifth orbit. कहाँ से आया हमें? इसके बाद क्या है? 7, 8, 9. So this is the formation of spectral lines. When you draw the line, the lines draw करते हो, तो आपको डायग्राम देखते ही मालूम हो जाना कि N1 और N2 के बीच का एनर्जी गैप ज्यादा है. You should not draw single line rules. Because friend, नोटिस करो बच्चों, आप लोगों को सिंगल रूल लाइंस नहीं ड्रॉ करना है. So this is the wrong diagram. Most of the students they make mistake, and also they will line one line from N2, one line from N3, one line. It's not like that. All the electrons from all the orbits is coming to first orbit. From all the orbits is coming to first orbit. Then it is called as line series. Then from all the orbits is coming to the second orbit. It is called as one. It is coming to third. It is pattern. It is coming to fourth. It is bracket. It is coming to fifth. It is called as one. Okay. So please make it note that while drawing the diagram, don't draw single lines. ऐसे draw करना है. Practice करो बच्चों. Practice करें तो आ जाता. अब practice. Very simple diagram. Okay. This problem. क्या है ऑर्बिट के बारे में लिखना है और इलेक्ट्रॉन के इवॉल्विंग इलेक्ट्रॉन हाउ डज इलेक्ट्रॉन रिवॉल्व्स वो लिखना है और ऑर्बिट नंबर्स क्या है ऑर्बिट नंबर को कैसे लिखना है ऑर्बिट नंबर ऑर्बिट नंबर सिंबल n so this is 1 2 3 4 5 6 etc are the form of alphabet a l m n o p etc alphabets में भी आप लिख सकते हो now the next energy of the electron is constant और जब तक एक इलेक्ट्रॉन एक पर्टिकुलर ऑर्बिट रिवॉल्व करता है एनर्जी में कुछ भी चेंजेस नहीं होते इवन ऑर्बिट्स आल्सो हैव गॉट द constant energy of the energy electron they are called as stationary states are called as orbits okay are called as shells the other thing circular path पूरे circular path एक दो तीन नाम से आप को बोल सकते हैं the next is the energy difference delta U is equals to E2 minus E1 okay so it is equals to HU R mu is equals to delta U by H delta U by H so this is called as both frequency rule उसके बाद angular momentum के बारे में हमको लिखना है what is angular momentum angular momentum formula MPR equals to the integral magnitude of omega sigma then क्या है that is so every particular object has got its own angular momentum different angular momentum all objects do not have the same angular momentum so this is called as quantization of angular momentum same point so a पूरे point they go then only you get 4 marks each point carries 1 mark credit और नोटिस करो बच्चों और आप अगले पॉइंट लिखोगे आपको 3 मार्क्स आ गए तो अगर पॉइंट communicate so you will not get the marks because the board of intermediate has given the marks for each and every bit आप जो पॉइंट्स लिखते हो उसी के मार्क्स आएंगे आपको so this is about the fourth unit then coming to हाइड्रोजन सिस्टम में क्या करना है आपको क्या लिखना है हाइड्रोजन सिस्टम में लिखा करो और वन आपको इंट्रोडक्शन लिखना है हाइड्रोजन सिस्टम का मतलब हाइड्रोजन स्ट्रक्चर कैसा बनता है अगर आप हाइड्रोजन गैस में इलेक्ट्रिक करंट पास करोगे तो व्हाट हैपेंस the electron will absorb the energy and it will go to higher state and it will show the formation of 5 crystal lines. It is not gone. What are they? Diamond, bomber, aspen, bracket, कार्बन एक चीज लिखने के लिए आपको एक मार्क दिया जाएगा राइट मैंने फॉर्मेशन ऑफ क्रिस्टलाइन और डिस्क्रिप्शन ऑफ क्रिस्टलाइन एक्सप्लेनेशन ऑफ क्रिस्टलाइन एक्सप्लेनेशन ऑफ क्रिस्टलाइन तो आप इन डिटेल में एक-एक करके एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हो या टेबल बना के भी डाल सकते हो या कर सकते हो टेबल तो ये टेबल हम तो करेंगे तो ये टेबल करके भी आप डाल सकते हो यू गेट इक्वल मार्क्स मतलब कुछ नहीं है स्प्रेड अगर आप डिटेल में डिस्क्राइब करोगे तो भी आपको मार्क्स आएंगे वैसे नहीं आप ऐसा भी लिख सकते हो या डिस्क्रिप्शन में लिख सकते हो माय सजेशन इज टू राइट इन दिस बॉक्स विल बी सेविंग वर्ड ओके the next is the after this the third point is the diagram okay third is the diagram so this is 1 mark this is 2 mark so total is 4 mark आप जो लिखोगे उसी के मार्क्स आएंगे अगर आप इंट्रोडक्शन में इंट्रोडक्शन दो लाइन लिखो आप when electric current is passed to hydrogen gas, the electron gets declined to hydrogen state, and the hydrogen state, electron is unstable. So to get stability, you will try to come to the lower energy state, either in the sinking state or more state. So during that the excitation of electron, pi vector lines are formed. Now बोलिए आप flip बस. The next explanation, आप explanation each vector line explain भी कर सकते हो. क्या होगा? Table भी दे सकते हो आप. This table also you can write. So you better you go to this. Connect diagram. This is important. So as I told you, don't try to draw the single line. Single line, draw one row. So when you are drawing the line, please see the difference between N1 and N2 is large. इसका almost half meter second से बढ़कर है. उसके बाद थोड़ा करके आपको डिक्रीज करने में जाना है. That is must. Okay. So this is what. So with this we have completed Gauss theory and formation of vector lines in component. If you want, if you have not drawn this, you can take down this. Then we go to the next solution, that is quantum numbers. So next important question from atomic structure is quantum numbers. What question will be? What are quantum numbers? How are they arrived? How are they arrived? Explain them. Explain them. What are आपके क्वेश्चन कितने बिट्स में हैं? तो this one part, this is two part. आपका आंसर भी वैसा ही रहना चाहिए. So these two parts it will come under reproduction. What are quantum numbers? The numbers which explain gives the complete explanation about the atom, like energy of the electron, size of the orbits, number of electrons in the orbits, orientation of the orbitals, okay, number of suborbitals. So all those things, the numbers which are going to explain, they are called as quantum numbers. Now, how they are derived? लोगों को कहाँ से हम लोगों को derive किया गया? So they are derived by solving Schrodinger's wave equation. Schrodinger's wave equation. Wave equation for wave function. Wave function psi. ऐसा पढ़ना है इसको P and psi. Schrodinger is a physics scientist. He has solved this equation. During the solving that equation, he has come across this four functions. ये चीजें कितना जरूरी है students. So first, what are quantum numbers? How they are derived? क्योंकि आपको क्वेश्चन 3 पार्ट्स में आएगा, तो आपका आंसर भी 3 पार्ट्स में होना चाहिए. फर्स्ट पार्ट मुझे करना और सेकंड पार्ट मुझे करना. अभी बचे कितने? आउट ऑफ 8 मार्क्स 2 मार्क्स और का रिडक्शन एंड 6 मार्क्स आर फॉर दिस क्वांटम नंबर्स. ओके. So see the first quantum number. First quantum number is called divisible quantum number. Okay. Now, who suppose this quantum number is 4? Means 4 has proposed this quantum number. What is the single versus quantum number? Small n is the single versus quantum number. Now, what are the values of the quantum number? N is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Okay, now, what you will come to know about this quantum number? You can come to know about the time and energy of waves. Okay, come to know about the height and energy of the orbit. Then the total number of electrons, in and waves. So first क्या है आपको any quantum number पे क्या क्या फॉर्म लिखना है आपको बुकलेट कंट्रोल फर्स्ट आपको उसका साइंटिस्ट के बारे में साइंटिस्ट कौन है वो लिखिए किसने प्रपोज किया है वो लिखिए उसके बाद आपका फॉर्मूला क्या है देन उसके बाद व्हाट आर द नंबर्स दैट राइट देन व्हाट इज द एप्लीकेशन कितने के साथ so by looking at the value of this n you can come to know about the size and energy of the orbit and total number of electrons in an orbit. This is given by the formula 2 square. Suppose आपके पास second orbit है, second orbit में total कितने electrons हैं आपको मालूम करना है. So इनकी value क्या है? n is equal to 2. So 2 into 2 square. So 2 into 4. No. Second orbit was the one. Yeah. Where is the electron? Which electron? So that is. Okay, now we have number of electrons in an orbit. Okay, so this is about the principal quantum number. Who proposed principal quantum number? These four has support principal quantum number. What is the symbol quantum number n? The symbol is small n. So what are the values of n? 1, 2, 3, 4 are in also written K, L, M, N, etc. Okay, students. So we can represent by number or represent by the letter. Now, what is the application of this quantum number? So with the help of this quantum number, we will come to know the energy of quantum. And one more thing, students, most of the students they get confused from the words orbit and formula. जहाँ पे ऑर्बिट कितना है वहाँ पे अंतर लिखते थे और जहाँ पे ऑर्बिटल लिखना है वहाँ पे ऑर्बिट लिखते थे. Simple basic है. So principal quantum number is about orbit. Principal quantum number. So this is about the principal quantum number. It is about the orbits. And a single quantum number and a magnetic quantum number. These are about the orbit. वो आप डिफरेंशिएट कर दो स्टूडेंट्स. प्रिंसिपल क्वांटम नंबर इसके बारे में बात करता हूं ना और उसके साइज और ऑर्बिट की एनर्जी के बारे में बात करता. प्रिंसिपल क्वांटम नंबर will tell you about the size and energy of orbit. Whereas a single quantum number and magnetic quantum number they will tell about you the orbital shape and shape of the orbital, configuration of the orbital, number of orbitals. Don't get confused. Please make it clear. Okay, students. Quantum number मतलब इसके बारे में आपको पढ़ना है और इसके बारे में पढ़ना है. Right? So this is about the quantum number. Let's take down this. So next quantum number is azimuthal or orbital area. Quantum number. So first point is the value function. First point about the finding. Who proposed this? So now E pattern ले लिखो बोल स्टूडेंट ओके फर्स्ट क्या है साइंटिस्ट के बारे में आपको लिखना है तो इज द साइंटिस्ट सोमोफिल the next what is the letter which you denote this Coleman number denoted by n. What are the values? N is equal to 0 1 2 3 4 and 1. Please make out the difference students. बच्चे क्या करते they get confused. कभी कभार क्या करते हैं इनके लिए 0 शुरू कर देते हैं इनके लिए 0 शुरू कर देते हैं इनके लिए हम get confused. n मतलब orbit 0 मतलब no orbits. ओके तो हम लोग जो orbit है उसके बारे में बात करते हैं तो इनकी वो ही नहीं सकता. Okay, so n will have the value 0. Now, what does it indicate? It indicates as P, P, as star. So n is equals to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, which will be also equal to XPDF or star. What is the significance of this orbital? So you will come to know about the shape of orbital, shape of orbital and angular momentum. Angular momentum. Angular momentum. Momentum of orbital. I told you only orbit आपको करना है प्रिंसिपल क्वांटम नंबर के लिए और कुछ करना है तो बाकी ऑर्बिटल और मैग्नेटिक क्वांटम नंबर के लिए आपको क्या यूज करना है ऑर्बिटल शेप ऑफ ऑर्बिटल एंड एंगुलर मोमेंटम ऑफ ऑर्बिटल. सो व्हाट इज शेप ऑफ ऑर्बिटल? ऐसा ऑर्बिटल की शेप क्या है? स्फेरिकल. p orbital की triangle. p orbital double terminal. So this is about the classical quantum number. So you will knowing about the number of the electron. You will say then write the number of the electron. Okay. So what do you propose this quantum number? The next is the values of L 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then indicate the shape of particle, electron, and shape of the orbital. So we are first principal quantum number. Okay, is it not students? And orbital quantum number. So tomorrow we will discuss magnetic quantum number, quantum number. Again we revise this principal and orbital number. Thank you students, and please start the session please from now onwards. Okay, so whatever the reviews we are discussing in the class, try to read them and practice. Students, to get marks in chemistry, you need to practice. Practice means you have to write on the paper. After reading the answer, repeatedly you write on the paper as many times as possible. जब तक आपको पूरा आंसर पूरा 100% आप आंसर आप करेक्टली नहीं लिखते हो जब तक आप प्रैक्टिस करते रहो. केमिस्ट्री ऐसा सब्जेक्ट है जब तक आप प्रैक्टिस नहीं करोगे you will not excel in the it's not like other subject. केमिस्ट्री के लिए आपको ज्यादा टाइम अलग करना पड़ता है. अगर आपको एक से ज्यादा सब्जेक्ट्स आप दे रहे हो एग्जाम में आप हो सके तो केमिस्ट्री को ज्यादा टाइम आप दो. ओके Try to give more time to chemistry. Please practice it well. So today I have discussed Bohr's theory and hydrogen spectrum also. Try to complete that answer today itself. And if possible, try to read this formation of this quantum numbers, various quantum numbers. Okay, so try to read that. So hope you will follow this and you will do hard work and you will practice the answers. Please practice it. एक बार या दो बार पढ़े तो आपको नहीं आता स्टूडेंट्स, आपको प्रैक्टिस करना पड़ता, लिख के प्रैक्टिस करना पड़ता. जब तक आप नहीं लिख के प्रैक्टिस करोगे, you cannot get good marks and you will not get the confidence also. Orally पढ़ लिए हो गया समझे तो एग्जामिनेशन हॉल में जाने के बाद लिखना नहीं होता. You will not be able to recall all the points. So that's the reason you need to practice on the paper. Okay. So thank you very much.